60 to 70% candidates get rejected just on the basis of how their CV looks. If you Now, do not write CFA in your education, because it is not really your education, it is an additional qualification. Remember, CFA is a certification, not a degree, right? So for all of you who are doing CFA, add it in additional qualifications. If you've done your master's, MBA, etc., that can be added in the educational column. So right after education, you will put additional qualifications. For anybody who's done CFA, put CFA level 1, 2 passed, CFA level 3 candidate if you're registered. Furthermore, if you've done any other course on, say, Quora, random YouTube course for which you have a certificate or something to prove that you have done that course, add all those things in your additional qualification. Remember, additional qualifications and education do not need a description. So you don't need to put CFA level 1, level 2 passed with 90 percentile. It doesn't make any difference. I've always said this in the CFA Institute itself. If you read on the website, it is very clearly mentioned. Everybody who passes is on one line. They don't discriminate whether you passed just on the margin or you passed on the 90 percentile. It makes no difference. If you have passed, you are all on one side. If you have failed, you are all on one side. So if you want to write that in your CV, I personally feel it's a complete waste of time. Nobody cares. And as much as possible, we should keep our CV short, crisp, and concise. If you still want to write it, please go ahead. But I would never do that. I feel like it's a complete useless thing and a complete waste of time. Yes, after that, you will then go to your experience. Now, as freshers, usually we do not have too much of an experience. If you've done any form of internship, even if it was just a month, even if it was just 2 weeks, add it here. If you've not done, no problem. You will then you will write it as college experience. College experience can be any events that you have organized, any festivals that you have taken part on. It can be any department. Don't think that I am applying to JP Morgan and I worked in the marketing department, so why will they care? Write it. Always write it. They are also looking at your personality. That shows proactiveness. So always mention things that you have done in college for freshers. If you're an experienced professional, please, you do not need to write this. If it is a very big thing that you did in that event, then you can write it somewhere below as extra achievements. Okay. But yeah, coming back to freshers, add your college experiences. How will you add it? College experiences heading, marketing head in Numero Festival, suppose. Okay, remember that will be the heading. All letters will start with a capital. Marketing M capital, manager M capital, marketing head, marketing M capital, H capital of head, Numero Festival N and M will be capital. Apart from that, you will write a short description in point format. Descriptions for experiences are very important and they should always come in point format. Do not write a paragraph because that will be too cluttered to read. Always use the point format. 1 or 2 points, anything that stood out for you in that zone where you were the marketing head. So maybe sold the highest number of tickets or got the highest amount of sponsor, whatever. Managed a team of 5 people, managed a team of 10 people. Add that in the description in point format, but make sure there's a description. Don't just leave it, I was the marketing head at Numero. Okay, but karke kya ukhad liya? You need to write that. That is very important. They are all looking for it. Okay, once experiences are done, again, this point is specifically and only for freshers. You will add a section called academic projects. Like I said, when you're a fresher, you don't really have too many experiences to show. Most people only do 1 internship through college, maximum 2 or 3. Aaj ke zamane mein people are running in the rat race. But since you don't have anything to show, how will you show your personality of what have I done? You don't just need to throw your education and leave it. You need to go one step ahead, show them that I'm actually inclined, I've learned from everything that I've been doing, and that's how I am as a person. Hence, you will add the section called academic projects. What does academic projects mean? Throughout your college life, you can go as early as 11th standard for this one. If you have done any project, so every college gives projects. It could be anything. It could be a group project, it could be an individual project. Write those projects, the most impactful ones. So for example, in my time, we had a group project on startup life. I think, what was the subject? Commerce was the subject, I think. And it was about a successful startup and a failed startup. So I wrote that project title, and in the description I wrote about how I managed the team because I was a team leader for that, what our topics were, how we studied it. So like I said, it doesn't need to be relevant exactly to the job that you did. You will make the description relevant. So if for example you're applying for a analyst role, they'll want some technical mindset, they'll want somebody who's good at research. So you'll mention that to understand which startup has done well or which startup has done bad, we did an in-depth research. Use those keywords, they are looking at that, right? Okay. Then team management, soft skills need to come up in these projects. If you've done an individual project of, say, I was made to write a report on the great economic depression of 2008, write it. They are checking that you have learned through your academic projects. That was just not a waste of time for you. You've actually picked up things that will set you apart by more than one or two levels as compared to everybody else, because they'll see that, okay, even if she's a fresher, she didn't do anything, but she took away everything from her college life or from her study life. She really picked onto things, and that is what, my friends, is very, very important. After that, that leads you to the end of your CV. You can end it with a small thank you centrally aligned in a very small font below, or you can even just leave it as is. Make sure your CV is always in PDF format, especially when you are mailing it. Do not mail it as is. I've seen a lot of people mail CVs in open documents. It's a complete failed thing. Reason being, A, once you mail somebody an open doc, they can edit it whatever they want. B, and an even better reason is, everybody uses a different laptop. How do you know that maybe you are using a MacBook and the other person is using Windows? So when that happens is when they open an open doc, the way they view the document is very different. Again, the formatting will go for a toss. In PDF, what you're doing is you're basically locking the formatting. So make sure you are sending your CVs only in PDF format. I'm going to show you my CV right now. So quickly have a look at it, see what I did. This is quite an old CV of mine, but I usually just tweak around this. Now, this is a very basic CV. I also have a creative CV that is more useful for marketing or business strategy candidates. So if you guys want to see that as well, let me know in the comment section and maybe I'll post a short on that. But I honestly feel like the more basic the CV, the better. It's fine. You don't need to really get into so much elaboration. If you're good at it, if you're good at design, good at graphic designing, marketing, if you've got that sense, then please go ahead and do it. But otherwise, even a neat and clean CV can get you forward. Just make sure it is neat, it is clean, it is concise, it has all the points, it is not beating around the bush, and it is honest. So yes, this according to me is how an ideal CV should look like. It has worked very well for me. I've seen a lot of candidates. I've also actually mentored a few people to fix their CV, and I feel like it has worked in their favor. So I think you can try it out too. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any more questions with regards to this, and I'd be happy to help. Also, let me know your thoughts on this particular video. Is there anything else that you want me to make in this series, in the interview job related series? And I'd be happy to help. Like I said, how to answer interview questions, what interview questions would you want me to maybe particularly tap on, I will do all of that. But for that, you need to comment below. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I will see you guys very, very soon. Until then, keep sparkling and definitely keep learning.